Welcome again. In this video, we are going to create this animation in After Effects. So this is the composition. So now let's create a new composition. Then we are going to create an ellipse by pressing Ctrl and Shift so that it's completely perfect. Then center it with the help of Ctrl Alt Home and Control Home like this. Now make the fill color a little bit gray color. Then we are going to duplicate it. Then we don't want fill, we want stroke like this. Okay, then we need some layer, like you can use anything you want for the symbol. I am using this SVG from the internet. So so when this is the SVG and this SVG is in the shape layer. So let's copy this one from here to here like this. Then press Ctrl Alt Home and then Control Home to the center like this. Okay, now since this is an SVG layer, if we shape layer, if we convert it into 3D layer, we can go to geometry option and we can give it some extrusion. That's why we have used this SVG layer so that we can extrude it. Okay, now let's make all of them 3D layer. Hold one on your keyboard to orbit the camera like this. Okay, then now we are going to extrude them. Okay, so let's extrude this is the stroke logo main coin. Okay, so we have three things: main coin, stroke, logo. So first extrude the main coin like this. And then we are going to extrude this stroke. So just go to geometry option and then extrude it also, and then move it forward like this so that we get a depth like this. Make sure we can also get a depth on the back side like this. Okay, and try to make them almost similar. I think we need more thickness, so I'm going to increase the stroke like this. And then for the symbol, just select it and then extrude it like this. And I think this is fine so that it can appear on both sides. Okay, now this is great. Now as you can see, our camera is in this area. We want to reset the camera, so you can just click here and click reset default camera. Now it's in the center again. Okay, now press, we are going to give it some bevel, so go to, okay, we already have changed it to convex and increase the bevel depth like this. It will make the edges smooth. So in the stroke, if we make it convex and increase the bevel, you can see it is making the edges smooth here. And then we can do the same thing with the coin, but here we cannot see any edge of the coin, so it does not matter. Okay, now we need to give them materials. So let's for the middle one, like, we want more shyness. For the logo and the stroke we want more shyness, and for the middle one we don't want that much. So go to material option of the logo and then increase the specular intensity and specular shyness to 100%. Okay, and then mentalness to 0. And for the stroke, we are going to do the same thing. We want complete shininess, complete specular intensity, and middleness to 0. But for the middle one, we are going to make keep the metal 100% like this. Okay, now let's give them some colors. So okay, so I'm going to give this the black color and logo also the black color, like this. And for the main coin, we are going to give it some gray color like this. Okay, now if you press hold 1 and rotate it, you can see what we have created. Okay, now let's reset the camera, then recompose it. And we are going to give it name of the coin and then rasterize and then click on this button. Okay, and then make sure this is a 3D layer. Now we need to animate it like this. Okay, so this is very easy thing to do. First of all, let's scale it down and then turn the auto key on the position and anchor. So press A on the keyboard and then hold shift and press P on the keyboard. Turn down the stopwatch, move the time frame forward, and okay, and then move the anchor point to the up like this. Okay, I think we need to give it some rotation also. So let's press shift R and shift S so that we can also animate the scale and rotation. So I think we need to decrease the scale a little bit and move it like this. And let's give it the rotation of y-axis, something like this. So this is what we have right now. And now let's create a new null layer. Okay. Okay, let's leave the null layer for now. Now we are going to duplicate this one by pressing Ctrl D. And then for this one, we are going to click on this world axis mode and then we are going to rotate it like this. And then duplicate it, do the same thing again. And then keep duplicating until you complete this whole circle. Okay, so I have duplicated all of them and I have created the circle, and when you move the time frame, you can see we have the animation. Okay, and you can just select all of them one by one, press F9 to make them easy and adjust their graph to make them smooth as you want. Okay, now the next thing we have to do is to create a camera like this, and if you hold 2 on the keyboard, you can move the camera around like this. Okay, so only this one has easy ease. I'm not going to do all of them because it's very repetitive. You have the idea, you can do it one by one. So it is very easy thing to do. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is to rotate all of them. So we already have the null layer, make it 3D and select all of them and parent them to the null layer and then press R on the keyboard, and now we need to rotate this null layer as we want. So hold Alt and click on the stopwatch and then time steric 50, and now our this is animated. Okay, now we need to fix the center. So first of all, let's unparent all of them, none, and then reset the camera one. Okay, now say select the null, press Control Alt Home, and then Control Home to center it properly. And I think it needs to be up a little bit here in the middle of these, like this. Okay, then select them and parent them like this. Okay, now this one is fine. Let's adjust our camera. You can also use the all of the camera controls from here. Okay, now we need to create a light. So let's create new light, make it environment, intensity. We can change all of these things. Now if you go to the transform, you can move the Y rotation and select the angle you want. Okay, let's increase the intensity. And okay, now for the when you start the animation, you can see we have this kind of glitching animation. So that's why I animated one of the coin. To do it, I just duplicate one, and then if you press U on the keyboard, you can see all of the keyframes. We don't want any of this one. For this one, then rotate it. Okay, then press Ctrl O. Then we need to unparent it also. Okay, now this coin is going to hide this glitch that is going on here. Okay, so we have to animate in such a way so that it covers all of them, as you can see here. Without it, we can see the glitch in the background, but with it is covering that glitch. So all we have to do is to animate it according to that. Let's move it to the center and then move it to the front like this. And then let's give it some rotation according to the object, like this. Move it to the top. Okay, now let's animate it with P and Y, I think, with some rotation. Okay, so let's move them to the start of the frame, move it one frame, and let's move it back to the Z position like this. Not too much, with some rotation. Let's move it back here and move with some rotation like this. Okay, so it's of the so this is what we have our animation here. Now we need to move our other layers. So let's give it some different color. Then let's select all of them and move them to the forward like this. And you can keep it animating it on as you want. Now for the background, you can just create a solid layer, make it white, then move it to the bottom. Okay, So since this background is very dynamic with black and white, then you can just create a text layer, master of point, and then okay, so as you can see our text here, move it here, and in the middle of the composition where the color is switching, so this is the white solid layer and this is the area which is black. So when we have the white layer, we are going to change the fill color of the text to black. So now we will get something like this. Okay, so you can just keep animating on as you want, and to get your desired result, I think I like this one much better than this animation. This look a little bit weird, but this one looks much more complex. Again, it's how you want to move. You can also animate the camera. So to do that, just create a new null layer and make it 3D and parent the camera to the null layer, add the rotation, and you can just animate it like